This is the What's Neat this week's show number 112.5. This is a special informational show that we are recording on behalf of the NMRA Gateway 2020 in St. Louis. Today I have with me Bob Amsler, the legal counsel for the NMRA, and Brad Joseph, a partner that was responsible. You guys, Brad, you were the one that was working really hard with a lot of other folks to set up this show. And so with that, gentlemen, you have a message that you would like to relay to all of the wonderful NMRA members out there that were planning on coming to the St. Louis Gateway 2020 convention. Go ahead, guys.
Well, on behalf of the NMRA and the crew for Gateway 2020, and as manager of the Meetings and Trade Show Department, I am very sorry to have to announce that we're just not going to be able to put the convention on here in St. Louis this year, and that and the trade show are both canceled. I think the fact that, COVID-19 is out there, everybody kind of understands this. We really wish we didn't have to do it, but, there were just a number of different things that were preventing it. Why don't you talk about that, Brad?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this hobby that we all enjoy so much, we're so passionate about, and it was a very painful decision to have to pull the plug on this convention, but over the past 2 weeks, there was a series of multiple obstacles that converged, and the combination was overwhelming that we were just unable to overcome them. For instance, the venue for the train show was potentially going to be taken over, or may still be taken over, by the city of St. Louis for emergency hospital beds, depending on the whole outcome of the pandemic here in St. Louis. The convention areas of the hotel have been we've been unable to access them for weeks, and we don't know when we'll be able to, so that we couldn't get in and work on floor plans, space, maps, allocation of resources in the hotel convention areas. The bus company that was to transport hundreds and hundreds of people back and forth to non-rail tours and industrial tours and layout tours has their entire firm laid off, and they're concerned whether or not they could get back and up and running for that second week of July, and whether or not they could supply enough drivers to transport all our people back and forth. Not only that, but we began to have several clinicians withdrawing because of concerns over travel. We had clinicians coming from Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Great Britain, and some of them were expressing concerns. We had some cancellations there. We also had several layout owners who were concerned, worried about a busload of strangers showing up and invading their basement. And sometimes busloads of model railroaders can be pretty frightening to begin with, whether or not we're having a pandemic. So it became a case where we had problems with the banquet. We can't get in the banquet venue. We couldn't even work on the menu for the banquet. And it just became a series of problems and obstacles that we felt we couldn't overcome, especially considering that our registrations had fallen off dramatically over the past several weeks. Now, we did not have many cancellations actually for actual attendees, but our registration numbers had fallen off dramatically, which led us to believe that financially it may have been difficult to put it on. However, the truth is the biggest consideration was everybody's health and safety. We have people coming from all over the world of all ages, groups, and health conditions, and we're going to mix them all up in a room in the hotel where there's hundreds of us waiting to get on buses. It wasn't anything that we felt comfortable continuing with at the point, I'm afraid. So we've spent a lot of time on the cancellation policy and refund situation. Bob, in particular, you want to fill people in on that, Bob? You got some information there?
Yeah, I do. We are going to be giving full refunds to people less $10. That $10 will cover the credit card fees for when they signed up and for when we refund all their money. In addition, we're going to put a button up there for people to donate money to us, actually to the NMRA, to reimburse it for its losses, because we have laid out a lot of money already. We have product we've already ordered. For instance, the convention car is on its way from China and should be available before the convention, but we had to already pay for those, and they're already in production. We'd encourage you to take a look at those cars, by the way, because they're a prototype car. They're Ready Kilowatt, and it's going to be from Exact Rail. So anyway, from all of that, we've incurred some costs, and so if people wish to donate, there'll be a donate button there with a $35 suggestion, and then a donate for whatever they want to donate. No one's required to donate it, but it would really help us with recouping the costs we've already expended in this. And in addition to that, that's basically the refund policy. But we will have some items, like I said, that we've already bought and put them on for people to buy if they want. One is a Gateway 2020 pin, since those are in production. And again, it'll be the Ready Kilowatt coal car that Exact Rail is bringing in for us.
About how many cars were you making?
I don't recall the total number, but it's either 250 or 350.
Those are sure to be collector's items, because I don't believe this has happened. Maybe during World War II, they might have canceled an NMRA show. Gentlemen, what do you know about that?
I was going to say, I'm from what I've been able to dig up, the NMRA has never, ever canceled a convention. But at this time, for this convention, we just didn't think we could follow through on it. It's too dangerous to the public. We have some, of our own people who are ill right now, and all these other things that were just combined. It just made it harder for us to do this.
I respect both of you and everybody involved for making this very difficult decision. Next year, I believe it's in California. The NMRA show for 2021 is California. Is that correct?
Yes, it's in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, California. Hopefully better times ahead for that. And is there an option? Do you think we'll see an NMRA show in St. Louis? The last time was the year 2000.
Yeah.
2001.
Was it 2000? That's right, 2001. Pardon me.
Yeah, there will be, but it won't be this year. It'll be the next time we have a convention here. And I don't know. The group is thinking a little bit about maybe making a bid, but we haven't decided yet.
We have a lot of irons in the fire here to get this wrapped up, and so we can't make a decision on that right now. We certainly hope that we can present one sometime in the relatively near future. There were a lot of people who worked very, very hard on this. We had tremendous response from clinicians, literally from all over the world. We had tremendous response from local layout owners. We had tremendous cooperation, assistance from the publications, from the industry. And it's a very sad thing to have to stop this machine, this production that was grinding on. But we were afraid if we let the momentum carry us to a point where it was disastrous financially, physically, or logistically, it wasn't going to do anybody any good. And we feel comfortable we made the right decision. It was a sad one to make. So I personally, on behalf of the committee, want to thank everyone who contributed time and effort and thoughts and ideas and blood, sweat, and tears to trying to put this together. Unfortunate time, but indeed better times ahead.
That's true. We want to thank everybody for everything they've done for us, and apologize again for not being able to follow through with it at this time.
All right, gentlemen, this is one video that I did not want to have to make, but thank you to the ability that we have here in the What's Neat This Week studios, we're able to get this message out to all of our Model Railroad NMRA friends and members. We want you all to be safe. If there are any further updates on this, you will be able to find them at the gateway2020.org website. And with that, Bob Amsler, thank you so much. Brad Joseph, again, thank you. You both worked very hard, as did everyone else in this process.
Well, thank you, Ken.
Everybody, please be safe. We're all going to get through this together, and there are going to be great days to come.